too. Alright. Okay. Welcome everyone. Hello. And welcome back. Now that we're live, it took two tries right there. First one, I was like, something told me, I don't think that went live. But we are live now. Hopefully notifications go out. When it does that, it can be a little weird. So, either way, we're gonna be chilling and doing the next episode, the next part of Doom: The Dark Ages. As we continue our missions, where we pick up last time, going into the Dark Realms. I think if I remember correctly, I already completed all the other levels and got everything done there. So, just watching a diary trying to hold C by itself. Good luck to him. May may he. The best thing I can give him is make him suffer a quick death. Because, yeah, yeah, holding a point by yourself as a tiger, huh? And War Thunder. This is before the change. Even when I was playing it, you know that meme sound where you have someone screaming in the background? Yeah, that's happening in the back of my head right now as I'm saying these words. Unfortunately, the VR. Oh, good times. Yeah, that. No, I need a soundboard. I really do. The words cannot display the memories and the video game trauma that I have experienced before even that was that bad. As a Tiger player at all. The irony is, thank goodness I also played the US. They had their problems, but nowhere near as bad. And it's better now. Oh, just can't get a break. But just can't get a break. And now you just have oodles of Shermans to fill the gaps too. Hell, even if it was where it should be, there's a lot more Shermans than there were. So it's like, well. It's like, I see a problem. Yeah, I see what's going to happen. Not saying what's coming, but it's something scary. Oh, it's anything at what the number you just said is scary. If you were in a normal E, you are a pop gun shooting at essentially a battleship weapon. At least comparative terms to your vehicle. This is like a destroyer trying to kill a battleship with its main guns instead of torpedoes. Goodbye! Is a no. Oh well, worst case scenario. I mean, any of it would have killed it. That's just you stare at it and you just think. There's no point in shooting. You ain't gonna get it. It's not like you're gonna get a lucky shot and go, "Oh my god!" Not in this scenario. You're not. That's you sit there and hope that your teammates can make up for where you're about to die. Well, so welcome, Ruben Sanchez. Welcome. Uh, but yeah, that's why I haven't played that game anymore. As far as like War Thunder's concerned, I would be only at Modern. I would not do any of the World War II stuff unless I was playing America at this point. Germany's just dead. So that's why we play Modern and when we used to play it. The music's actually quite loud tonight. It's weird because the other night the audio was lower the other way. I swear I don't understand when it does that. But welcome everyone. Alright, we're ready to start. I just wanted to let everyone have a chance to join. Oh yeah, I didn't do this one yet. That's just the challenges though. It's only basically 100 gold, which could make the difference, but I think we're gonna get enough basically for what we're trying to upgrade in this level on its own, so let us continue. Plus I'm eager to see what happens in this next part. Because there's still a lot of questions I have versus was it Redcon? Like did they delete some of the previous story from Eternal and just overwrite it? Or is this to tell something deeper about maybe plans and on the future for another game related to this game? Considering what I'm pretty sure the we're gonna call them Cthulhu minions because I don't know what to call them. The other worldlings, the outer realms. These guys are basically like the elemental wraiths mentioned in Eternal's codexes. That's what they're supposed to be, anyways. Um. So, but if these are what I think is, at least for this video game franchise's previous history, is meant to represent, which we'll get to that if we can get far enough in here, which is why I wanted to start, get everything done today, and just keep going as far as we can. So, the Slayer's search for Thera continues. Yeah, where this place is, we're probably going to be in here in a minute. I'm probably going to die the first time just because I got to get warmed up. I didn't get time to play before I had to do stuff today. I like to usually kind of do a small, quick level before that or finish up things that aren't 100% to get me ready for the next battle. There's a shrine, but there's no point in going to it. Yes, there's only 188 here, so it's gonna take. Even if I went back and got that gold, it's gonna take us 3 levels essentially. Me having to go back and finish challenges before we can upgrade our shield ability. Before we can get the final ability of this. I'm probably gonna ignore most of these and just use them for challenges, except this one. I do want to stay with the gun. Once we have that, it's just gonna be dumb. It literally basically deleted it. Alright. It took out the rider and the pinky on that one shot. Weird. Oh no, that's this one. Hold on. Yeah. Oh wow, just both of them went down. I guess it was just because total health bar. That's okay. Sure. I think that takes like 300 gold to do it. We have 66. Hey, you like the game? New. You like the game? New here? Yeah. I like Dark Ages. There's some hate going on for it, and I don't have anything against Eternal either. There is some differences between the two that I think make both games good. But I've so far have enjoyed Dark Ages, at least from a gameplay perspective, because I played original all the Dooms all the way up to this point, like Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, some of the weirder in between Dooms, then Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and now Dark Ages. And this plays more like original Doom 1 and Doom 2 with a, I don't know how to word it, basically a counter system using a shield, where you can block certain projectiles or melee attacks that glow green. But movement and fighting wise, more essentially to Doom 1, Doom 2. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get any, so we're not really probably going to worry about upgrades too much. We're kind of stuck in a little void right now unless we just spend them for the hell of it on certain things. Melee wise, I've got to go, oh, right, we need it for this first. Because we've got to upgrade our super mace. Even though this should be just sword. And this is one thing I will say Eternal's better on. This final melee weapon in this game to me is too underwhelming. Especially since it's basically a one-shot kill anyways. This should have just been his sword. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. That's one thing I'll give Eternal over this game, though. Because it's like, wow. If you're going to make the charges that slow to come back, this should just been the sword. Oh, anyways. But we do need to upgrade this, because we've already fully upgraded the mace, which is our main weapon. I do like the mace. Or the dread mace. It's quite awesome. But yeah, we'll finish this off and get it upgraded. We'll focus on this first. And I can't remember how much we needed for this, but
2 cosmic relics detected nearby. Collect both to proceed.
alright. I gotta bring our map back up. Oh, there's a secret beneath us. Okay. There's a decent amount of secrets here. Let's just take out this fight in front of us first. Also, let me make sure this is our other weapon. Fight? Battle? Where are they? Oh. Is that a knight? Yep. Come on, go. Whoa, hey. You got a backup. Ammo's full basically, and this gun gets a lot of ammo back. Let's just get rid of these zombies and take them out of here. So I know, hey, damn it. I forget you have to rev this gun up. Alright, well, that doesn't work on them. Gotcha. It's actually pretty smart because that means you can't just one-shot the smaller dude, so it gives a reason to kind of think it through. What? Where are you? Hi, how you doing? Oh. Okay. We got a lot of this. Oh, I got them both! Okay, I do like it for that, but once again, this could have been just alright. There's a chest in here. Wait, what? Excuse me? Why is there no map data in here? Huh? Wait. What? Oh, that's not good. Oh. Okay, so that might be a maze in there. Knowing what the lore of this place is kind of running with, this is kind of Cthulhu-based monsters, my brain's like, that's gonna be a maze, isn't it? That's why there's no map data. unless there's like there's like a treasure chest that goes you in there, which means there is a treasure chest in there, but we have to figure out the maze and find it. Okay, so let's jump down here. There still seems to be enemies apparently somewhere. Where? Glowing green, none there, okay. There's a shrine over there. Yeah, it's interesting. And this is locked. There's a blue thing I saw. We need to find that. I got really distracted by the fighting that I kind of forgot I saw it. Wait, there's something to bash over here. Oh, hi. Okay. Make sure they're dead. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that's blocked right there, isn't it? We can get up there. There it is. But I wonder if that opens other doors. So let's go check the other door. Ah, that's out of range. Okay. So my shield comes back for that one. There's one on the inside for sure. It's almost like there might be a drop down point up there, but I didn't see one. Gotta get the gold. Let's see, what chapter are you on? Chapter... Oh, how do I see that again? I have to go back and look. I think we're on like not 20, 13, 12, something like that. We're almost at we're over the halfway point. Let's go to the other parts of the map where it let me. I may have to go through that door. It's like, where's he at? There he is. Okay, well, here's what I was looking for. Get ammo back. Oh, that's the leader. So I mean, you're not the leader. Oh. Alright, let's do this. definitely what I think it is. Ow! It's as terrible as I remember too. It's just bigger and way better model. About same aggression. Oh, okay. When you get that close. Oh, that's for my shotgun? Nice. I don't want to interact with that yet. I do think we have to, because you said there's 2 of them, so I think we have to do 1 to get access to the other part of the map. But I kind of want to explore a little bit before activating this. It'll let me. Actually, it won't let me out, I don't think. Let's get full health. Alright. Whoa!
Relic acquired. 1 remaining.
Wait.
The time of ascension is now. No longer shall we be shackled to a dying cosmos.
Interesting. Wait. No, what? There's no way. Was that a room? Hold on. My brain's like, wait. It has to be. Yeah, we got that. Let's see what we get. What's down here? How you doing? Hi. Alright. Gold. Oh, hi. Oh. Do you have trouble finding items? Somewhat. I mean, that's something I've always had a qualm with in both games. Internal. Sorry I didn't read your comment there quicker. Sometimes it's hard to read when you're in the pace of this game trying to look around. But, yeah, that is a problem I have with both this game and Eternal. Is I do think too much of the character progression is linked to just running around getting items. I think a lot of it should be kind of given to them. Not given to them, but like given to them at a certain pace. Rather than like doing what I'm having to do, find all the switches. So, for instance, this gold right here. Gold is one of the primary resources to upgrade Doomslayer. So, when it's locked behind a bunch of secret doors and stuff you gotta unlock, it can kind of kill the pacing of the game, in my opinion. This was a problem in Eternal as well. Gonna have to go around. Oh, okay, there's a wolf shrine somewhere. We'll go down here. You see, there's a ruby in this one. But let me guess, same thing as the last one? Oh, no, this one's straightforward. Or not. Ah. Need to remember where I am. Oh, okay. Whoa, oh. Wait, what? Wait, oh no. Can I get back up? Apparently not. Going down. Yep. I know exactly what this is. Oh, hi. Ah. That is interesting. I see what happened. Oh. Now we have to go back up. See, I remember. Do you remember one of the level selects did something similar to this in a different game, an older game? This game's a hint. I have a feeling it is. Alright, well, we got the ruby. That's the exit, so I see how those work now. Hope there's nothing else in there. Oh, okay. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, what? Hey, what? How are you up there? Wait, you're right here. Okay. Let's get rid of him. Sitting on top of that. Oh, what? There we go. Battle Knight. Nice. Yep. Speaking of which, something told me that was gonna happen. Goodbye. Well, we made him look bad. Well, all the other knights are now laughing at the knight. Tried to be so badass, set a trap by leaving one of those toys to collect. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to find out where the main shrine is for the wolf. I saw one back the other way too. I haven't seen it yet. What? Where? Huh? I see. Oh. Oh wait, yeah, this. But we don't want to go in there. Sorry, we're not here for you guys. Talk to you. Oh, it's in here. Oh, what the? Guys. Alright. Trying not to go fully in there. So I don't really want to activate this fully. Fighting coming. Oh, damn it, there it is. I went too far. Okay. Alright, well, now we have no choice. Hopefully it doesn't end the level. I don't think it will. Oh, that's, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, now you are. Okay, well, we have a slight issue, but I'll take that. That's not what I thought I had equipped. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Now I feel a bit more equipped. We need rocket launcher. Nope, I'm not after you right now, but at least I can heal myself now. Where's the other one? Oh, this is bad. Where is she? Ah! Yeah, I lost track of the one I was shooting at. There we go. Now we need you. By the way, I still appreciate that they have homing attacks. They teleport now, though, which is more annoying. Oh no, she made another clone of herself. I see what they do now. It's doppelganger stuff. I see. Oh crap. Damn it. That's killed. Yep. Well, I finally understand what the witch is actually doing in this game. I couldn't really tell what was happening the first time I saw her. Well, we're gonna have to do that again. Oh crap. Wow, that was sick. Whoa, I couldn't see. Okay. This might be the first real fight in this game. I've got to think of what I need to focus on here. Because it's an order of operation, so I've got to figure out who really is causing me the most harm right now. I do think I might be boss. Alright. We gotta deal with this fast. That's a clone. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? What? The problem is he's attacking me from the side. We need to... Oh, wow, I didn't see that. Alright, well... Good to know the witches still are the most terrible thing in the world. Yeah, the Acolyte will spawn a clone, or yeah, be invulnerable to kill. Fantastic. I do appreciate though that character didn't change much, just the animation is better and it teleports now, which is awful. Alright, let's get you know what? I think the best way to deal with this one is this. We ain't playing around no more. Alright. Why you keep coming down? Oh, hi. Okay, now we're here. Okay. Oh, wow, that was good. Oh, I might just that. Yep. That was very inconvenient. Alright. I wonder what the weapon for her is. It's not giving me a hint. They don't quite remember what I'm supposed to kill her with in this game. I don't remember if they told me. Shit, I think I was reading chat and I missed it. That's the problem with this game. It's very hard to read chat and actually, you know. Trying to keep away from the big man. Alright, now I'm with the witch. Where is her clone? I don't like that can't tell. Clone is too gray, it blends in too much bloody ass background. Oh, we're screwed. I think a shotgun would be better in this case. Ah, crap. Got her. Barely. I think shotgun's the way to go with that. Oh, hi. Forgot you were here too. Alright, let's do this. Ow. Oh, I really hate that. There. Woo! Much better. So, okay. Note to self. Because she teleports too much, anything that's trying to be accurate, you have to be accurate with, is pointless. You just run up to her and her clone and just double barrel the situation. Too bad I didn't have that option in the other one. You play other games? Yes, I do. I play a lot of. Right now, it's been mostly shooter and strategy month right now, and some simulator. Just because things have been kind of hectic schedule wise, but yeah, I play a lot of different games. We were supposed to be changing gears this coming month, but it didn't work out. All right, let's do this.
Both relics acquired. Proceed to the central lift.
Okay, so we don't want to go that way, but we've unlocked both these areas. Okay, big boy fight's finished. Let's do the thing of trying to figure out the map's silliness and getting all the other collectibles that help us progress. Like I said, that's my only qualm with any of the Dooms, Eternal or this one, is how much of the items are secret items, but yet there's supposed to be progression. I don't want to waste my shotgun. Oh, hi. I thought I was lost. Oh, there's small ones too. Oh, wow. I cannot believe that happened. I forget they're a thing. There's one behind me. is so hard to time that. The animation is so awkward. There we go. Those little ones. Why is this out? I did not kill you before you got me. Might as well get all those. We know where that is. Alright. Back this way real quick. Really? I thought I got all these. Really do hate those things. They're so awkward with this type of game. There's another one. Trying to remember where the other ones were. We're gonna have to backtrack. Is there any health in here? Armor, but I don't see. Well, it looks like mine is some right here. There we go, that's something. Forgot how many there were. Where did I see that other one? Another one somewhere. Where was it? Aha. Go see if that was enough. I don't remember how many there were, 4 or 5 statues. One more is missing. Okay. 5. Where was that one I wanted? I feel like I'm still missing one. Is there one in here? That's one I already broke. Okay, that's not it. Is there one up here? No. Oh, he's so glidey. He just slides off. But to be fair, you don't take fall damage in this versus Eternal, so it's at least worth it in that case. Okay, so I have to find the last one. I don't know where it is. Ah, that's why I want to. Let's go up this way. We haven't been up hardly on this side. I really don't want to get that close. I wonder where that one goes. That doesn't have a thing on it. Well, we know it's not the end, so let's go this way first. Let's see where this goes. One on both sides, there is. Oh man. Alright, hold on. is that a yellow key? What is that? Hold on. Oh, that's a BFC ammo, isn't it? Okay. The exit up there, window has to line up at the end, right? So it's technically this direction, but we'd have to be over there. So we can climb up. I see where we need to end up. We need to end up right there. I wonder what's in the water on the other side of that. If that's death or if that's a side I can kind of cheat the system with. Because if I can swim up to right there and then twist it around somehow. Like it would be like, okay, so which way is the rotate? I'm gonna try something. Oh wow, hold on. That's where is that where we're trying to go, right? Yeah. So there's a life on top of it. Which way is the rotate doing it this way? Not the way I wanted. I fell in the water. What is underneath? Oh. Just, you know. That's what's underneath us. Okay, so does it always twist the same way on both sides? That twist that way. Is it always clockwise? Yes. Okay. Alright, so if it's gonna always twist clockwise, I could. Okay. There's a slightly maybe easier way to do. Well, I say that. I think it does start on this side. I think I have to be up here. But which one? This one over here, right? So it's gonna rotate towards this way. So I have to somehow end up right here. I think I see. I see. Okay, so back to me. Where are we now? We're now up here, but that's sealed. Can we jump across from here? Yes. Okay. Hopefully this works like I think it's gonna work. Oh, but how do I... Oh, yeah. Okay, we did it. That was a little bit more puzzling than I expected for this game, but we did it. Alright. Okay, so that was a treasure chest and a life. We got that. Still don't know where this wolf is. It's probably gotta be over here where these fights are. I've explored basically all of this map, but there's a wolf I haven't seen. Oh, wait. We've already been over there. It's gonna be on this side. Somewhere. That's where we just were. On this side somewhere. Oh. Okay. Everyone started up here. Wait. I don't know what that was. That might have been a guy with a shield. Pick up here. Where the heck is this last wolf? Where did I miss it? I should have been getting them as I saw them. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Go around. Maybe it was on this path back here. Oh shit. Well. Ah! Alright, that was silly. I don't see it down there though. Where the heck did I see that wolf statue the first time? There's one somewhere out here. I do not hitting. I can't for the life of me remember where you're at. This, by the way, you see how much this has slowed us down, chat, pacing-wise? This is kind of why I think, as far as these types of games are concerned, shouldn't you focus too much on, like, bonus pickups being the main progression of your character. Because just gonna suck the life out of the facing. Whoa, I jumped into a chasm. That's how maddening it's becoming. We still also haven't figured out. Oh yeah, I wanted to see some. Oh no, wait, that's right, it gave up. It went up. We're out of range for it, so there's speed. Am I safe to assume maybe it's in there then? Can we hit it through the wall? Dude. There was nowhere to jump down from though. Also, there's still a fight over here, so... I hope it hasn't bugged out. I haven't had that happen yet so far in this game, but... Let's go do this maze over here. We haven't finished this maze off, at least we can get the gold from this one. These are like puzzles. Oh, one of these, no? Am I gonna have to turn around? Yeah, I thought so. That was simple. That is kind of hilarious. That's but I mean, it's like, I bet you it's one of those where you just gotta reverse your direction and you're good. Crazy. Why do you seem green? Nah, okay. There was nowhere to jump down. Oh, this is what I mean. I don't like this because now we're gonna have to leave stuff behind and I have to push forward. It's getting a little bit more bothersome and making this less enjoyable. This is why I said this is the one thing that they shouldn't have kept from Eternal. Like, this is the worst part. Having to run around like a chicken with our head cut off. Trying to figure out where one statue is. That is... We don't have our dragon. That is massive. We'll jump in this pit. Just see it from that side. Don't see it from that side. I really don't know where it is. Do you play Borderlands? I used to. Long time ago. I haven't played a Borderlands in forever. Today is the Steam Next Fest. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. I'll need to check that out. I don't know what to tell you, chat. I either have to look this up or gonna have to abandon it and I just come back for it. It's just we can't make upgrades without this stuff, and that's why I don't like that this is how they set it up. It's not a good design. It wasn't good in Eternal, and it's not good in here. It's also why a lot of people play on the lower difficulties, because it gets too hard to even make him strong enough to keep up with the higher difficulties like I play on, like, because we're on ultra violent. Oh man, goodness. Alright, let's head back over to where the crystal is. Maybe it's in the room with it. Can I get that lucky? If that's what I'm missing? Crystal is that way. Check this little ravine in here, make sure there's not one hiding in here. Yeah, that's the one we got already. Okay. They don't seem to be far from each other on this one. That's why I'm... Just seems strange that I'm missing one, I bet. Oh, oh no, I got that one. Is there another one on this side? Yeah. Is that the crystals themselves? Is it too much to ask if there's one in here? Nope. Didn't think so. Oh yes, I got lucky. Okay, god dang. But this is what I mean about, like, how would I have ever known that? It's like, is it for like toys and like music that you can unlock and listen to in a BGM? That's fine. But as far as actual just wanting to beat the story and enjoy it and make yourself strong enough to play on the difficulties that are more fun, I do think they hamstring that just a bit. There's still one other thing we're missing somewhere. What? Where? Oh, right, the door that we still don't know how to open. I don't want to go that way yet. I just want to interact with the shrine for a second. Doesn't say how much we need. 250. We're 4 short. We're 4 short from upgrading that. Fantastic. Okay. We've got 2 Wraith crystals. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and make sure the regular shotgun is also upgraded. We don't really use it much, but we'll hold on to the rest. There ain't much to upgrade. We've upgraded the main ones we're using for our build. How the hell? Alright, Barter, you may have to look this one up so we don't get slowed down by this craziness. Because where's the door? It's behind me. This place is so disorienting. It's over here. So we have to figure out, there must be a switch that opens this or causes something to happen. I don't see, there might be a way to fall through the roof perhaps. Let's go back up there and look one more time. Ow. Let's see, okay, even if that's the case, where? There's no way to get up high enough to do that. Can I jump up on this? Is there something I'm supposed to be seeing from up here? To be able to hit with like my shield? Right, like, this is glowing green, but yet I see nothing from this perspective. let's see where that would be in retrospect. It'd be right here. There's definitely something we're not seeing. I don't want to waste a VFC on that. Maybe I have to? Hold on, what about rocket launcher? Ow. I have to wait for that. What chapter is this? It doesn't say as much. I keep forgetting to look at that before we go in. I wish it just said it on the map. Hold on, I have an idea. Can we save and quit from where we are right now? I think so. 1 second, let's look. If we have to fight some things over again, we're fine. It'll remember all the secrets we've already gotten. Chapter 16. Yeah, this is chapter 16. Sorry, I had to quit this to find out what it was here, because there was no way to know. I don't see any way over here. I see, really? Trying to see if there's like a path underneath the mountain. Under the mountain. Like there's that, but you can't throw your shield. Yeah. Sir? Oh, okay. He does not have hitbox. I'm also a bit worried that there's this fight that I can't seem to find either. That's just up here, but yet nothing. That's a bit concerning as well, to be fair. That maybe that was supposed to be a fight there. I think we broke it. Is there any water in there I can swim up from? Not really. I mean, the only thing that even looks remotely like I can get in there, because you can't throw your shield when you're this close. Unless I have to... Nah. There's a hitbox in between those bars. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit longer. If Farseer can't find anything, we're just gonna have to abandon it. I'll just have to leave it and I'll do it on my own time and look it up on YouTube. Because they made some of these secrets too insane. Takes away from this type of game. What's up there? Oh, that's on that side. And this is the point of no return that way. That's why my brain's like, where's we blew the blue game? Because it's too far away from the other switch that I hit. A little bit longer, and I'll move forward. Secret underwater passage. It has to be in range of it, isn't it? but I don't see nothing. It's like when the dragon one y'all didn't get to see me do. Turns out that way to land on that ship we saw with the crystal when we were doing the dragon episode, there was at the very bottom this narrow gap in between the wall you're supposed to fly into. It takes you around to a landing spot that takes you into the ship. It's like I said, they made these too hard. I have to agree with anyone who like says that the secrets are too much. They definitely are. Just because that's not what this game is supposed to be. I don't mind the codexes, but those also, in my opinion, should just be in the path of the player so they can, if they feel like they want to read the story and learn more about it, they can. Did you get anything yet, Farseer? If not, then we're just gonna go forward. The problem is it's a codex, so I'll have to read it in the next episode. It's kind of crazy because we missed 8 gold, which is probably that little gold in front of it, and just the one secret. That's maddening. And that might not even be the main secret. The final secret might be downstairs, because it might be a skin. Usually when it's collectibles, it's not a codex. Let's see, for the love of God, Google, I'm not looking for toys. I'm trying to get the codex. To be fair, the toys usually are hidden behind the most BS in this game, but to me, lately, they've been the easiest to get to. They were like that in the beginning, though. So that's probably what everyone's searching. Because there's only one codex on this map, right? Yeah. So yeah, if you just put in chapter 16, how to get chapter 16's codex in Doom Dark Ages. Think I found something. Gotcha. Alright. Do the best you can, walk me through it, and I'll try to figure it out. I don't see any other tunnels to go down either. I didn't go down. Unless there's one right there, but no, that's the entrance. The only thing I can think of everything. I'm pretty sure I looked at that. Because that's weird. There's nothing there. No freaking way. Well, I think we found it at the same time. Oh, what? Play without my keyboard. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, okay. Alright, well then I'm gonna avoid them and run past them then. On the fourth codex. I got we see how crazy hidden that was? Like, that to me is, for this type of game, like fast paced, that is way too slow of a way of hiding secrets. Like, holy crap. We still gotta read that codex we picked up. I didn't even see what it was. I was so distracted by how crazy it is. It said, go around to the other side of the mountain, there's a hole in the wall. Yeah, I saw that the last second right as you told me. Kill 20 or more demons with a single BFC side. I did not do that. But I'm not worried about challenges. We can come back for those. I can do those easily on my own time without skipping anything. I have to worry about story for you guys. So what did we get on that? Was it you? I think so. Yeah, because we already had that. So it must be her. Oh, we also have the Acolyte. Yeah, look, these used to be priests of Argentinier. Holy crap. These like the small witches. Once hallowed sentinel priests of Argentinier, now vessels of cosmic corruption. Their souls twisted by the witch's eldritch touch. These fallen oracles peer beyond mortal veil with minds poisoned by alien essence. The cosmic tank courses through their veins, bestowing forbidden sight and powers that rend the fabric of reality. They serve as one, a serpent, each fragment of their mistress's fathomable design. Through them, the mountains of the realms beyond it leads into the world once swore to protect. Mm, they want interesting. Mhm. All right, let's read about the the one I'm pretty sure who is the last of her kind from a certain game. The correct terms are warlocks. That's true. Should be called a warlock. Instead, they're just called acolytes. I don't know why. They still would be technically, especially if they're male witches, they would just be warlocks. But then again, it could be a terminology in a different fashion, because in this universe, if these are the same witches from the game I'm going to reference towards the end of this episode, then it kind of makes sense maybe why they're called acolytes more than anything, because they serve the actual creature that was the original. But let's read her backstory. Born from the congealed madness of the cosmic realm, Olsamir, known only as the witch to the denizens of hell, is a living conduit for the dark magic coursing through her alien dimension. Her current body is but a temporary vessel, fragile and fleeting, used to manifest malicious spirit in the physical world. Though she and her cult of chaos worshippers, interesting, have allied with Prince Azarak, Ulsamir's allegiance is tenuous. Her ultimate loyalty remains with her own god, whose return she tirelessly seeks to ensure. She trades with the demon prince in ancient currencies of power, safe passage between the realms of her dormant god in exchange for forbidden secrets buried in Argentinurd's hallowed depths. For her, the alliance is but a means to an end, a step forward fulfilling her higher inscrutable purpose. So you also want to point out, you see all those symbols around her, right, chat? Have you figured out what I've noticed yet? We've seen at least 4 to 5 of these symbols. Some of these are repeating, so it makes sense and why we probably have seen them. The ones around her more specifically, like the bigger ones. I just have a distinct feeling. that we have met before. and, but I'm just not sure if you meant Dave off or me. Not sure which. So that should be all the secrets for this map, man. We got it. We can now finally leave this area and continue forward. That's the only thing about this game that slows it down.
The stars bleed, and the void calls.
I think there's a door. What a green thing on it. Mm-hmm. There's all 6 of them. There's no way. I've been here before, haven't I? I'm getting paranoid as hell. I swear if one of these monsters shoots lightning at me, I'm just... We're totally not going into a battle arena. Wait a minute. I didn't know a trap when I see one. Although there's not much I can do, it doesn't look like we can go anywhere. Oh, yeah, there. They have cooler animation now. I mean, this is a modern game compared to what I'm comparing it to right now as far as its brother/cousin is concerned. But yeah. Yeah, look, water. Don't you love water? There was a lot of that in that game too. Now that I'm remembering it. These water-like, portal-like passages. At least the first 2 anyways. Oh, hell. Oh, well, I've done it again, Jet. Whoa! I am really tired of guessing everything before it ever needed. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in this room. Aha! Alright, I don't think there's anything else to get, but just don't want to be double check here. Alright, now we go into fighting mode. Alright, let's do it. Pull out shields. Make sure we have a bigger battle area. But I will kill his next damage. Oh, great. Let's go around to this side. I don't want to fight the handsome acolyte. Ow, that sucks. Alright, we need to find the clone. Oh, there it is. Where did it go? Ow. Oh wait, I need a shotgun. What am I doing? Oh, where'd you go? Where is she? Oh my god. This thing is so annoying. Oh, she has help now. Got him. Okay, ow. Oh! All right. Nice. Give it as much help as we can. You see, the great old ones are plotting to double cross. Oh, of course they are. If they're what I think they are, what since that game would be chronologically older if my theory is correct. Oh, I bet. Oh, look. We have to touch this patch of tentacly grass. It's a scary thing. Oh, no, we just gotta put this thing in there. Okay. Oh. It now lives in there. Whoa. Alright, that's the end of the level, I assume. Yep. Chapter complete. 99%? Oh, right, challenge. That's fine. There wasn't 20 demons in that area. I would have to get them all kind of clumped up together. I think I maybe could have done it if I shot it in the center of that room where all the shield guys are. I know where I could probably do that at. But I'll do that all off camera. Because I gotta go back and get the other 2 things of gold as well in the previous mission. But at least secrets have been gotten. Yeah, round up. That's fine. We got 100 though. Destroy all the wolves. And those are just my mastery challenges. Okay. Let's load up the next level. We've got time. Temple of Lomerith. The Slayer's journey continues towards Thera's life signal. There's 9 secrets in this place. This place is big. Just to let me know this is the starting area. Alright. Whoa. Whoa.
Location unknown. No reference data available.
So that's a giant Kako demon. Damn. The question I guess we should ask ourselves is what killed it? So I wasn't here yet. Oh yeah, I should look at our challenges before I forget. Collect all rubies and ray stones. Find 3 underwater secrets. That's okay. That means there's gonna be a lot of water in this level. Yay. Although, who would have been surprised about that? Considering what this universe is portraying now. Oh, wait a minute. Yep. should have enough for our upgrade, though. Oh. I can make it! No. Yeah! There we go. He has no idea, chat. Not anymore. I didn't do that. But you know what? Cool. It worked. Ow. Oh crap. Hello. Alright. Holy crud. Holy crud, Batman. Alright. Well, at least I kind of know how to do that trick now. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright. So far, so good. A few rubies now. I don't think there's anything else out here to grab. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, help. Underwater levels. Uh. So we have to find underwater secrets. There's one. There's a codex in here. Luckily, we don't have to worry about oxygen. Thank goodness. Temple of Lomerith. This vast graveyard of vessels adrift in the void is a haunting testament to those who dared or unknowingly crossed into the cosmic realm. Ships from countless dimensions and epochs litter this desolate expanse, their shattered hulls suspended in eternal and silent drift. Some were explorers lured by forbidden knowledge, while others were hapless victims of rifts that swallowed them whole. Their crews, long consumed by the madness of the realm, leave behind only fragments of their stories scattered among the debris. So that's where we want to go, but we have to find secrets? Question mark underwater. Okay, there seems to be a limit. Oh, oh, that's great. So I can't go further that way. Okay, let's check inside this thing. Maybe one down there. Boy, this is giving me Subnautica terror vibes. My brain's like, God, I'm gonna get eaten. Water is a scary place for a human-sized creature, especially when the water is the ancient realms. Because everything down here is quadruply bigger than I am. Don't think there's too many more places I can go to. It's not letting me really go anywhere else. I assume there's gonna be multiple sections like this. I'm not gonna waste too much time. Let's go. This place creeps me out. One somewhat dry land. I was gonna say dry land, but then my friend's like, that'd be a lie. Whoa! 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 That was new. That was new. He fired like a new attack where you had to be in the dead center of it. Oh, hi. I don't like that. Why are you giving me that big of a refill just in a corner of a room? This is very unnerving. I have a bad feeling about this. Finally, Obliterator. Dread Mace strikes additional deals increased damage to nearby demons. Ah, yes. This is why I haven't been spending my rubies. Boom. Reposit. Successfully parrying a Hell Surge attack when the Dread Mace is charged will grant you an additional Dread Mace attack. This bonus swing will be available for a limited time, so we can basically one tap 2 medium to heavy sized demons with the mace now. Alrighty then. So that's done. Now the gold is going to be saved for. Actually, you already upgraded? You already upgraded. So I guess just for this, just because I need it for a challenge previously, but it'll pay for itself somewhat with what I'm going to be earning from it versus the mission we had to leave, the challenge I had to leave behind in the last one. So this will pay for its own upgrade. Because I think this one and this one are going to be my main used one. I like this one, but I'm not going to finish upgrading it unless it comes down to it. This one I want, though. Alright. So let's go to guns again. Ain't really any guns I care about. Maybe the sniper. I think I do want to... If I can get another Wraith Crystal in this map, I'm going to finish off the Impaler, since it's basically our sniper rifle. Then we at least have a sniper to use when the time is right. one big area. Whoa. Nice. Oh, of course. Didn't need to continue this try to take it away. Well, I didn't lose the life. Because I've kind of gotten used to fighting those guys now. So this water is deep. So we're going to be swimming that way. Because I don't see any other secrets. Okay. Alright, yeah. Whoa. Oh, I barely. Whoa, hey, I'm not going down there. I barely went down. It's a lot bigger area than I thought it was. having look at that, whatever that was. Oh crap. Oh. Woo. There we go. All right. Huh, how do I get to that? This place is massive. Looks like one of those things we have to line up with an eyeball? Is that one right there? Okay, so maybe. I don't see no other way in. Hold on. It's like right there. How would we see it from there, though? Is there one here? What? There's also one of those in there. That would never line up. Must be another one somewhere. Has to be. Okay, there's a core nest in there. How do I get to all these places? There should be one right here. Maybe it's up top. Okay, there's something we can smash. That's some progress. Okay. Ah, okay. So that's how we open up that, but... Doesn't tell me how to get into the boats. Apparently we're gonna have to fall. See, that might lead to the boat. What does that help us do? Oh! So that's how we get out. We don't want that. Oh, hi. Whoa. Whoa! It's like a coral flower person. Well, that's not at all hilarious considering the Resident Evil 9 trailer was about the Astros. It's all connected, chat. It's all connected. Oh, was that the toes to get up here? So what good does that do me? I don't want to open that up yet. God, they made this chewing intuitive. Yeah. Wait, how did I get in here in the first place? Wait, was that the only way out? Right over here. Is there walls and secrets? No. Secret passage? Surface? No. So wait, how are we supposed to get out? Ah, frick it, I'm just gonna open it. These levels are getting too complicated for their own good. As far as like secrets and stuff like that. Some tells me that's more of a killer for this game than anything else. Now we have a way out. Is there like a underwater thing right here somewhere? So far, no. Sounds like a song. Don't. Yeah, I don't think that can see that. No, there's no way. Holy moly, these levels are trolling. Doom Eternal's first main problem with level design was the fact that it was too acrobatic. This thing it makes you try to be Indiana Jones too much. I gotta say screw it, I'll just come back and look all this up. I really hate that I have to keep doing this though. There's no other underwater paths. I was gonna assume the portal's taking me there, but don't. Kinda had enough of it. Like, I don't know how to, there's these jump pads, but I don't know how to activate them. So, who bloody knows? Something in there, but I don't know how to get to that. Cut or something? Yeah, I'm at a loss. Hiding water paths. I'm at a loss. Forget, we're going for the gate. I saw a video on if Rexy could survive in Hell Creek formation in the Cretaceous period. I have no idea. So it's a different reality, but the wall's broken. At least it did what I was hoping. Yeah, see now it's like it's added this extra level. Weird. Cthulhu levels are always fun but annoying at times. The tropes they just have.
Okay. At least this one's straightforward. Hey, Gecko Demon Hybrid. Okay. Wait, what? Where's the goal? Oh, I guess I got it. It's hiding right there. Okay. There's a witch over there, but she's enhanced. There we go. I don't want to get shot accidentally. So I'm thinking we just go across, we fight, we need shotgun. Let's go. Done. Alright. That head's up there, but we don't want to go that way yet. This is clearly a... Wow, it's going to be a small area to do this in. This is probably the other upgrade we're looking for. We haven't found the Wraith Crystal on this map yet. Well, we're gonna want our shotgun and our rocket launcher for this one. Because this is advanced with this. Or maybe not. Okay. Not really what I thought. I hate small arenas like this. I've got to fight here. Oh, what? Got it. Ooh, okay. Was that everything? I mean, for this area, it looks like it. So let's go. Yes. Completed. 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 Whatever that was. Completed way out there. Okay. So we need to head to the objective.
Gravitic anomalies detected.
Oh. Okay. So we have to go that way. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. Get out of here. Wait, there was gold back there? No. No. Where? Oh, what the hell? Where? I went the wrong way. Shit. Yeah. There we go. I ain't missing the gold. Now I think everything's been grabbed. Ah, underwater again. Yay. My favorite kind of gameplay. Uh-huh, oh. There's nothing in this ship. Okay, I can't go up any higher, so we can't go that way. Okay. Icky. Where are the secrets? I just hope that much like the normal map, it kind of marks it when I'm close. This map, because it's changing angles, it's making it very awkward to navigate where secrets might be. That looks like the point of no return. Okay, it very much is. There's no way there wasn't a secret. Oh god. Controlling in this underwater map is terrible. I'm heading back out. I clearly missed something. Wait, hold on. Nothing underneath of it, right? So we clearly missed something somewhere. So there's like 3 underwater secrets we have to get. Where? Well, let me up that way. Okay, back in here. So disorienting. That's where we came in. So where's the secret at? So that's the way down. Let's try swimming upwards to this one won't let me go up into it, will it? That's as high as I can go. Down here. As far as I can go that way. Okay. It's not here. There's nothing here. Ow, my leg. There ain't nothing here. Won't even let me go down to those other boats. So there's one more somewhere. I don't think it's in this area. So let's get out of here. Let's just go. This place is very limited in what it lets you do, so... Wait, can we go around this thing? No. We can't circle around that way. What about up here? And we're not allowed to circle around that way. What's the lowest way we can go over here? And that's the lowest we can go that way. Alright, yeah. There's like invisible walls everywhere. Let me go that way, okay? What about over here? No. What about over here? Nope. Above it? Nope. Okay. Just checking, so no, I don't think the last one, underwater secret's in here. Enter the temple. So hopefully it's in this area. Because if not, it was in the very first area underwater and I missed it. Okay. Okay.
Command Aethera's life signal locked on. She is inside the temple.
Secret key, okay, so there's clearly a key. It's one of those doors to be hit with the thing. That's the key over here. No, that's a race. Wait. What? Confused noises? The hell? What was this for? What was that? What? Oh no, there's no map data in here. What? What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, okay. Well. Alright, that's not good. That's not good. Nope. We're not dealing with that. Wait, what? That was not supposed to happen like that. I just got chipped. Oh, I managed to live. Oh no! No, 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 no! What if there was something at the end of that hallway? Boy, these kinds of levels really made me mad. What? Where am I? All of that for just this? Holy crap. How do I get up there? Oh, that's up that side. Somehow. Boy, this Cthulhu place is definitely madness driving.
Prepare the sacrifice.
Wait.
The beast approaches.
Wait. Lift your head up. Lift your head up, sir. I need to see your face. No way. I knew it. Okay. Okay. That's simple, huh? Oh yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, that was pretty easy. That's what I was gonna. Okay. I expected a much more fierce fight than that. Full health down there. I should get that before whatever we do up there. So I got swashbuckler, so I'll be right. Where are you? Oh no. I hate these things so much. If you don't keep your eye on them, they will take you out fast. Alright. Sadly, I lost my continue, but that's okay. What's worrisome about this is we have one more secret missing. Oh, it's that one over here, I think. Ah, so that's our underwater secret, but where is the entrance to it? I do see an underwater area somewhere. How do I get to it? Over here, perhaps? Aha! Alright, then we need to go up and down. Let's go up here. What? What's that on? Okay, that also completed the challenge, okay. What? It said I unlocked the skin for this, but I already have Nightmare. Was it for this? It was. So that's actually the wrong picture. They had someone render the grenade right there when that should have showed the rocket launcher. So we have our Nightmare skin for the rocket launcher now. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. Now it's starting to be the right colors. And other than the gold up there, I think we have most of everything. I guess we gotta get back up top. Oh! Whoa, I almost... Hey! Where'd you? You? Yeah, no. You all died. Revenge is fine. Stupid tentacles. top and jump down. I am gonna go to the shrine before we do all this. That's all the gold, so we've gotten everything on this map. This time I completed all the challenges. Alright. So, okay. There's always finishing off the fist, but let me look. So we've got enough gold to do the shield upgrade again. Mega burst. Go ahead and get that. That'll require 175 as well. Alright. We have that extra Wraith crystal, so I think it's time to upgrade our sniper. Acupuncture. Regenerate your melee charges with Leviathan bonus headshots from the rail spike. This would be a good gun for the major fist. If we could land headshots regularly, that would mean we'd overcharge our mace, our dread mace, and could keep one-shotting using melee. So there is a meta, if we could build this right, that this would be hilariously annoying. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off all my melees. We have all of them as a choice. Let's get Encore. Melee Expert Trophy unlocked. Alright. We'll keep with the Dread Mace for now. Yeah, okay. Let me read the chat for a little bit before we get to this next part. From Dragon Dasher to Indiana Jones. He's like, to answer the video, yes, she can survive since the Hell Creek Formation has enough diverse prey for her to eat. Triceratops will be an issue, though. Other predators are not an issue besides other Rexes. I mean, I guess that would make sense. I learned about Goliath recently and him in real life as a Rex. One of the few Rexes that could fight some of the more mutated Rexes from Jurassic Park. Alright, well, this is clearly a boss battle.
Alert. Unknown entity approaching.
Oh. Oh. Is it the homeboy I woke up? Yeah. Hey, I remember your face. We've met before. Oh. Oh, crap. No way. Well, that's a bit messed up. Sir, you ate me. What time is it? Wow, it's 9:31. Sir ate me. I don't appreciate. Waterlaw, we got the reference skin for that now too. That's cool. So we got eaten by Cthulhu. There was early concept art of Doomguy using his sword. So maybe they're saving it for DLC. I just wanted it to be in the main game, though. It's my money's on if this game gets enough sales over time that what it is going to be. Because look, the premium edition gives you and campaign DLC. So maybe that's where the sword is. Kind of like how in Dave Off, when we fought Dave Off, we got that extra gun, or what was it? My brain melted. I forgot what it gave us for that, but it was a little bit of a different setup for us to be able to fight him. Belly of the Beast. Wow, you're inside. Which. My brain's twitching with the fact that all of these have looked so familiar. These last three little missions here, and then this looks like another part of it. Which, if that's the case, then that means were we inside of a giant creature when we fought that last fight? Were we killing its heart, and that's why it didn't make much sense? If Rexy tries to fight a 12-ton, 4-meter-tall male Rex, she might die. Well, that's why, I mean, even though we don't know if it's male or female, that's why the Goliath hypothetical could technically win against her, too. We don't know if it's technically male, but Goliath is huge. What do you think, Farseer in chat? Do we do another one? Do we do chapter 18 tonight or save it for tomorrow? It's 9:34. I mean, I've already eaten, and I don't have to get up early, as far as I know, tomorrow. My mom rescheduled her bone density test doctor appointment she had to do because our van is in such rough shape. We were scared to push it more than we have to. So, well, she had to reschedule it for a little bit later this coming weeks. It's up to you, Jack. I've got the energy to keep pushing forward if we want, but I don't want anyone to miss out on anything that might be happening coming up in the story. You say end it? Okay, we can do that. I'm gonna rename this episode. Like I said, right now I'm keeping the title Denying the Creed until we get back to Thera and Creed. But as we don't make it to them each episode, I'm changing the episode name after to match what we're doing. So this is gonna be Realm of the Old Gods Part 2 is what that was. Going through their realms and getting all their stuff. The totally not great old one organs can live another day. That's why I'm also curious, because if that's the case and what it's hinting at, then maybe a certain previous layer might have been inside that final thing we fought at the very last level in the main story. Might have been the inside of a monster, a giant titan. But since they couldn't show that kind of epicness back in those days, we kind of had to assume. Also, chat, have you figured out what that giant thing with the blades attacking us is yet? that also might be from that game. Something I absolutely hated when we played that game on PC on the channel as a harken back to Eternal in this game. I remember it had a different name in that game. But it definitely attacks almost the same way. The only thing it doesn't do is shoot lightning. But its attacks do slightly home in on you, and it does have really fast, quick attacks. And its melee is just absolutely atrocious if you dare get close. Well, at least in that game. In this game, you can counter and fight it and box it, which is technically the better option. By the way, the largest male Rex ever found was weighed 12 tons. Yeah, isn't it? Oh, well, wait, once again, I don't know if it's male, but as far as male Rexes, yeah, but isn't that what Goliath's weight was? 12 tons? Something like that? Goliath was at the top, dude. I just now learned about this real life Rex. I knew about Sue, which was one of the largest Rexes ever, one of the other larger Rexes ever dated that's in a museum. But I learned recently about Goliath. I would love a poster of that, or like a shirt or something like that based on Goliath. That one name is E.D. Is Edco E.D. What? Copa? Ed Copa? A newly discovered. Oh, this one is named Ed Copa. A newly discovered one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna find out T-Rexes look quite big. That's another thing I think we're starting to realize. Like, we wanted to say they were smaller in some cases in a way, but I actually do think maybe we had it backwards. I think the Jurassic Rexy might actually be starting to get weaker as we discovered how scary real-life Rexes could actually get to be, depending on where they were living. Because environment means a lot. I mean, look at the polar bear, right? Look how big that bear is compared to other bears, even the grizzly. It really does depend on environment. So, they think he was still growing at that size. Jeez. So he might end up being the largest then, even bigger than Goliath now. Means he would definitely easily do what Goliath did in that hypothetical video I saw about JP versus Goliath. Other than the Spinosaurus. Well, JP's Spinosaurus. Because I found out the most twisted version of all the normal dinosaurs in all of JP was, besides the Velociraptor, was actually the Spinosaurus. Subject 87. Or 47? 47 or 87 is the same. I'm relearning a lot of my Jurassic Park lore. I still haven't seen the new movie and see if it's any good or what it portrays to. Real Rexes are a lot scarier than engine. They are. Plus, engine Rexes have a weakness, right? If you sit still, they don't know you're there. A real Rex will see you normally and be like, "The hell are you doing, chomp?" And the crushing power I've learned, even though I did learn that I do think that's where Rexy wins slightly because of her genetic amalgamation she was given. I do think her PSI she can put into her bite is much higher than I think Goliath's. Maybe not than Ed, whoever that new one is, but I can't remember which is which. Is it Goliath that had the bigger bite? Or is it Rexy that had the bigger bite? One of them will pop you like a balloon, realistically, if it bit you. Just because of how much force is actually being exerted. They might be slower. But yeah, that was the difference, right? That's also the difference too, is they're technically slower than what Rexy can do, especially the bigger ones. But it's more about body weight and endurance in the fight. Plus, in real life, predators don't chase a meal they're just not going to catch. That's a waste of their energy and their time. So, they do like a fast walk kind of thing instead of running, because the sheer weight, from what I've learned with Goliath and bigger Rexes, if they had tried to jump and run, they'd have landed on their legs and broken it. Once again, coming back to that square cube law. Once again, coming back to that square cube law thing. It's right beneath the threshold, or right at it, that certain things that if it tried to do it could break its legs. At least as far as we know. Dead from my memory had a bite. So 50,000 is quite a lot. Maybe it's like, I want to say I heard that Goliath was 4 or maybe 3. Rexy's is like 3 to 5, 4. If Ed is bigger, Ed would be 5 to 6. Because I'm basing it on Rexy since she's the faker one, and I'm trying to compare it to the real one. Rexy can crush a bus in one fell bite. I'm pretty sure it's higher. I'm pretty sure Goliath is higher than that. And it would mean Ed would be double that, or at least quarter more of that. Also, real Rexes hunt Triceratopses by charging in and biting on. I've seen that. It showed that in some of the videos when he was the guy I was watching explaining Goliath and how long Goliath had lived. That Goliath was also one of the oldest living Rexes as well. That had killed all kinds of targets. So he played that into his stats as well. That much like most animals, they're gonna gain experience. Oh, not like a video game, but they're gonna learn from every success and failure how to be a better killing machine. The failures more than the successes. So this means the battle prowess that Goliath has would outmatch anything any of the JP Rexes would have. Because they're basically juveniles. They may be full-grown Rexes, but they're full-grown Rexes within the terminology of accelerated growth in science. So technically they're teenagers to kids versus Goliath. Where Goliath is an ancient ancestral warrior of a Rex. Along with probably Ed. If Ed got that big, that means he lived for quite a while. Because the only way they're going to get that big too is a lengthy age. The theory is why the reason why most Rexes probably don't get that big is they just don't survive that long, or die out from hunger, get killed in a fight where they just bleed out, or suffered too many injuries even when they were even if they won. Territorial disputes going wrong and getting one of them killed. It's like most animals. Most of the larger ones are the ones that just lived for a long ass time. he used Bengal tigers as an example. That some of the largest tigers are because they're the oldest. They survived long enough to get that big. And so sauropods are just special, and we don't talk about 100-ton giants. Yeah. But I do think that there's a lot of underestimated about the real life Rex. I think we have been so used to JP for so long, we didn't realize how scary the real one actually is. But either way, but I'm very more interested in a little bit more of the Dino story again. I do want to check out the new movie, but I will say for this game, for Dark Ages, going back to this for a second, I'm going to say what I think we have just discovered, and we'll talk more about it in tomorrow's episode. I think what we're playing is this game's version of Quake's last 3 levels. Because if you remember the last 3 levels in Quake, they're all Cthulhu magical realms that somewhat have water-based places and tunnels you have to traverse. And the very last area is you inside of, maybe possibly inside of a giant creature, fighting the heart or central of something. Which almost looks like what we're about to do with the Slayer in next episode. So here's what I wonder my biggest theory is. I wonder if that giant, that original beast, ethereal master creature you beat a long time ago, the Great Lord or the original Dark Lord of Magic, I wonder if that's him. And I wonder if that's who you were fighting, technically, hypothetically, in Quake. And that's why he was sealed. Because remember, the building he was sealed in was human sentinel technology. But the sentinels had no complete recollection of it. They were told by the priests what it was, but never explained how it got there. So, we actually won't have that many territorial disputes since she's a female Rex. But she would have to deal with large village, right? Yeah, she would. This is why Goliath turned out to be a male, since we had no way to confirm if Goliath was a male or female. I mean, Ed's clearly a male. She might work in her advantage, kind of like the couple that lives on the island. Which, by the way, I found out she does know those two. Like, at least as far as weird dinosaur connections are concerned, and the way nature works, at least in that universe, she actually, I forget their names. Something in Delilah. But the two mother and father Rex with the baby, the cub, she actually knows them. But she avoids them because she has no reason to fight them. Plus, even as big as she is, she couldn't take them both. Not them defending their baby. Nothing makes an animal fight harder than defending its young. Younger ones might try to fight her for her territory if food gets scarce, yeah. But I think she would take most of the younger ones out. It's just when a bigger one comes calling, she'd either have to book it if you tested her too much, or basically decide maybe living alone is not a good idea anymore. The dino tax has gotten too high. It's easier to live in a multi-person house.
Or multi-dino house. You see, also they debunked the Giga being stronger than the Rex.
Yes, I heard about that too. Also, I found out that the Carnosaur is actually weaker in the JP universe as well. Carnosaur is freaking massive and also scary as hell. Also, very relentless and very like. You want to talk about something that really would be dangerous to humans? It's that thing. Because that thing is fast. It's large enough that it would not be tested in most cases, other than other larger things like Rexes and stuff. Although even then, they'd probably ignore it. That's the funny thing. Unless there's a need to chase a Carnosaur, most Rexes would probably just pass them on by, unless they're challenging them for food. So it's like, so Carnosaurs would be terribly terrifying if we had to deal with those in real life. Also, the ones in JP, they may be smaller. It's like a double-edged sword, right? The ones in real life are bigger, stronger, and way more terrifying in what they could pull off, and still can get in buildings. The ones in JP are smaller, maybe not as strong, but they can cloak. I did not know that. They literally have predator cloaking. And I'm like, woo, why were you doing this? I swear, man, my boy Woo is terrible. He's just, what terrible amalgamation can I make next? Sir, you're like a combination between Wayland and Wesker. Calm down.
JP doesn't show the other family of Rexes like the medium-sized ones that hunt in packs.
That's true, and they also don't show Scorpio Rex. Well, they did in the Cretaceous camp. Like Camp Cretaceous. Apparently Scorpius Rex was shown in that one too. The other hybrid. Looks like a Carnosaur. Some sort of bug. And a bunch of other stuff. He's terribly mutated and he has a lot of problems.
But
that's kind of what I was hoping this new movie was going to do. I haven't spoiled it to see how many like mutations they actually referenced. Like how many hybrids that he made that they referenced besides Indo and Indominus or Indo-Rap, Indominus. Because then technically, of course, now we're not going to see this one much. There's technically Ultra. There's technically unless that's what that one in the movie is meant to represent. There's Scorpius. There's a few of them that don't get referenced. There's of course the Trenodons, those little Trollodons or whatever they're called. Those really poisonous bastards. Yeah, the mammoth probably wouldn't last. It's not big enough. It's big, but it's not big. For the era that it was born in, it was smaller because Earth had already begun its changes atmospherically. Because it's like the same thing with Godzilla, right? The other reason why Godzilla couldn't exist isn't just square cube law, it's pure oxygen, too. He wouldn't have enough. The air has nowhere near, and the radiation is too low. The world during the dinosaur era was just a different planet. It had more radiation, abundance of ridiculous amounts of oxygen in the air that could support larger life forms breathing with larger lungs and larger organs, things like that. That's also why bugs were bigger too, because bugs can't really survive without a proper atmosphere and that kind of with it being big either. They weren't as big as dinosaurs, but I mean, they're the Mega Manosaur? It's like a giant mosquito-like dragonfly thing. But it was like, if you have one of those sitting on your door, it'd be half the door. But that's still not as big as a dinosaur. But once again, insects have was it closed circuit? I can't remember. It's open or closed. I think it's closed. One where you can't grow too big. So let's see. It's big enough to get the. Oh yeah, the larger predators would have just ate it. It's kind of like they eat some of the other medium-sized prey. But also, since the mammoth wouldn't know how to handle the predators of that time, what would really get it killed most often is it just wouldn't understand the predator's habits during that era. You would have to give it an instinctual advantage of understanding like other prey of its size are during that era. Without that, it's just going to run into trouble automatically and get eaten. So, especially since its size, it would have to learn how the other animals of its size kind of traverse and survive during this timeline. Let's see. Either stick with the Triceratops or suffer the medium Rexes obliterating their. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they'd have to kind of stick with the Triceratops, right? It almost has to become a symbiotic type relationship since they're kind of a mammal slash. I forget what the other word for their type of animal is, but and since they have giant tusks, weapons kind of similar to the trike, but one could argue the trike's spikes on their head is probably tougher than the tusks of a mammoth. So if a T-Rex can bite off a trike's horn, I still don't know if a mammoth could even put up a fight at all. Plus pure body weight just ain't happening. Rex is gonna tackle the shit out of that thing. It's like so, or headbutting, running into it and stuff, biting and pulling it. Oddly, the bears did better. Well, bears were predominantly one of the main creatures that's been around since the beginning as well. Some of the more older creatures, let's say marsupials, mammals, reptiles, some of them do have older cousins that did exist during these eras. I just would not want to deal with bears. Bears eat people alive. And I imagine they did this to their prey then at that time, too. Bears are small enough to avoid the big predators and big enough to compete with, compete with the raptors, exactly. Oh, yeah. Now, it was a whole, and people also forget there was only a select few types of raptors who would be even big enough to deal with a bear that size, anyways. And it's not the velociraptors. Actual velociraptors are tiny, tiny, tiny little turkeys. But the raptor that's in JP is actually, from what I'm gonna butcher its name because I don't remember how you pronounce it. The Dordonagon raptor or Dordurodon raptor. It's actually a different type of raptor that's much larger. But even then, don't know if one of these things would still compete with no short-faced bear or whatever you would call it back then. I am pretty sure that thing was in a pack, maybe. Like if there were like 4 of them versus 1, sure. Any animal tends to win when it's got its pack with it. But not in 1v1. And even then, if this thing's strong enough, I mean, bears are scary now against even humans who have guns. So you gotta argue that something even back then, much larger, much more prehistorically built, that thing probably could take down a few raptors before they killed it. It would need quite a few. They'd need a couple of them to jump them at the same time, and even then, he'd probably kill at least 3. So, Oklahoma raptor are big enough to fight bears in an ambush, not a straight up fight. That's true. I guess that's good point. I guess that's a good point too. But I've also been finding analog horror videos on YouTube a lot lately about dinosaurs more and more, and I really do appreciate this. I want more of this because I want a proper Dino Crisis remake. Not what, as much as I enjoyed replaying the old one, I forgot how bad the end of that game really was when we got to it. And it's like, I really miss, like, the ability to do scary raptor games. It's kind of why I like Dino Crisis, but it loses its fear after the first level. Once you really start feeling kind of shootery and feel like what you're doing, essentially Doom Dino game, a Doom Dino game. If you really think about it. So I would love some more promotion towards this if we could get a proper new style of I meant to say Torok, by the way. I said Dino Crisis twice. I meant to say Torok was the other comparison I was going to say. But only its first level is really kind of freaks you out. That was back then with primitive graphics. Now it wouldn't freak me out at all because the raptors would look so unrealistic to my brain. I'm like, what? This is a raptor? Oh, good. The sea was a completely opposite story. None of those sea dinosaur leviathans can fight. Oh yeah, you are correct. And then once again, that's because the ocean has. The reason why oceanic creatures have always been bigger, especially deep enough and a large enough food source, is why blue whales still exist and things like that versus anything on land. Like nothing on land is that big. And the reason why that is, once again, it's circumference of region. They don't have to worry about gravity because they're in the water. So the square cube law doesn't affect them. Second thing, water is literally just oxygen with extra steps. So if you're a fish, you can turn water into oxygen through your lungs or your gills, rather, and all this are different methods that whales breathe and come to the surface and do different things. Like this allows, and plus ample food source, it's a lot easier to get to. This allows for much larger life forms. And in prehistoric time, it was nightmare fuel. Like during prehistoric times, if we lived during that time, that's when if you were in the ocean, I bet you would look something kind of like Cthulhu. Not literally, but like you would feel like you're in the realm of the old gods because of the size of everything that would be down there. You'd feel like an ant. If you could be in there without being noticed and being gobbled up. There was one sauropod that got here, and it needed to eat every day to live. I've heard about it. I don't know what it's called, but I've heard that story before. And that's probably true too. If something did that large, it would have to sustain itself constantly. Metabolism and all that. It would get out of hand. You also got to ask yourself, thank goodness maybe that is a good thing that nature has limits. Because if it didn't, then things would just get infinitely bigger. No. Not that we've experienced any of this, thankfully, and hopefully these things don't exist. We're not even going to talk about space. The only difference there is it would have to be a lot of other things going into play that it would be able to exist out in space, to be fair. Also, another analog horror stuff I could recommend if you like watching analog horror stuff. There's these cosmic horror short videos that I found on YouTube that are about different cosmic things happening to the Earth. And one of them is our moon literally waking up and turning out to be some giant creature that floats around us. That maybe all moons are like this, and just takes a huge bite out of the world and starts eating it. $30 meters long, over 100 tons, and the thing was a real life giant. That was scary as hell. How big is Godzilla? I'm trying to think. Isn't that like mini Godzilla levels almost? Like Zilla, not Godzilla, Zilla. That's what I should be specific. Isn't that Zilla height? Almost? I'd have to look up how big Zilla is. They did a size comparison to an African bull elephant, and yeah, it was stupid. Hold on, how? I wonder if YouTube or the internet can understand when I ask the difference here. How tall is Zilla? Holy shit! Okay. So that's big. That's very big. Because Zilla is 40 meters hunched down. Now if he's standing straight up, he's like 65 to 70 meters standing straight up. But he's 40 meters hunched down. That's 10 meters under that. Well, that's scary. Turns out that was actually Godzilla. Now, of course, actual Godzilla is way bigger than that, but we were comparing him to the more realistic one. The one that's the small one. Nick Papadopoulos' one that he discovered. Sauropods, yeah. So that's close to Zilla. That's a mini Zilla. You never want to run into that. That's the closest. Let's say a human experience. That'd be the closest real life experience to seeing Godzilla. To you, standing on the ground, barely 6 feet, tallest human, what, 7 feet? 7 feet tall, to a 30-meter monstrosity. Well, sauropods, I think the theory behind the sauropods and why they were able to get so big is because their bone density was ridiculous. Because this is what you would need to survive the bigger you get. You need more and more and more dense bones. Like your bones would have to become that of like Captain America, like as far as the dinosaurs, like basically dinosaur bodybuilding. In order for the bone to be strong enough and the muscles to not just turn to goo and snap under the weight of of all of your mass under gravity. So that, wow. Just to think though, my brain still can't even like wrap my head around like it. Thank goodness those things don't exist. Not like they could today anyways, but it's like 30 meters. Yeah, that would be getting hit with jets and tanks if that were today. If humans saw something like that. Hell, even Rexy would mount a small military response. That thing would mount a miniature Godzilla response. The only thing it'd be missing is breathing laser atomic weaponry beams out of its mouth. Other than that, the sauropods never went extinct. They will all have they will all have no natural predators. Back then, all the huge ones had no natural. Yeah. Well, they would have us if they were here today. The truth is, we would have to be their natural predators, otherwise they'd go out of control. Because nothing else would be able to challenge them at all. I mean, hell, they didn't challenge them back then. But what I'm assuming got them killed was just there wasn't just enough food to sustain a creature that large that's dominating its territory that much. And as the ecosystem changed more and more, it probably got harder and harder for this thing to live. Maybe even breathe to a certain extent. Yeah, so okay, so then maybe the plant nutrients. So that would, okay, if they're plant eaters, that could explain the bone density. Because you won't necessarily get that bone density being a predator. Because there are certain, as we all know, nutrients and plants and certain other things that you can get that help your body grow muscle and grow things like that. So they were eating certain plants that gave them this on the reg more than normal animals. That actually explains why they were able to get so big. Thank goodness it's an herbivore, but what does that say for the plants in the area? That's a big-ass herbivore. The way I'm going to break this down before we end it, predators have to get their nutrients. They do, technically, predators sometimes eat veggies. You don't see that. Like how you see, like, even though cats eat meat and all that, they'll sometimes eat like grass and everything to try to balance out their stomach and stuff. Most animals do this. But the only way predators mostly get their nutrients is through what they're eating. Whatever they ate, whatever nutrients it has, gets kind of bypassed into its system. But it's not a direct source compared to the herbivore who ate the thing that gave it those nutrients to begin with. So, Giga preyed on young sauropods. I guess that makes sense. You wouldn't go after no adult. It's like if that day, it's like this thing, whether it eats meat or not, this thing's triple your size. It's definitely stomping you out of existence. And so I don't blame a Giga for going after only the. Although most predators did that, anyways. To be fair in nature, that's just how predators are. If you can get an easy meal and eat, like, I hate to say this, the offspring of another animal, that's probably what it's gonna do. Just because real life predators, like people, it's kind of like how they were explaining how Rexy was kind of going around fighting people. A real Rex wouldn't do this unnecessarily, unless it was just hungry enough and had no choice. It would be picking and choosing its fight based on what it can guarantee it can try to kill with the most success to get its food. So, same thing with geckos and any other animal. They're gonna go after what they can guarantee they can actually probably succeed at taking down and actually getting to eat it. When they are by themselves, because taking a tail swing from a mama sauropod is, yeah, that damn near could crush the thing's skull. Something 30 meters tall, right? There's no way that tail's not packing so much hit power. That thing might be like a Doomslayer fist slamming into that dinosaur skull. Like I said, the herbivores were scary too. People forget that too. It's not just the tripe who earned its reputation. Lots of herbivores actually were more fierce than people think because they had to survive, right? If they were easily killed, then their population would have dwindled too much, and then, nature would have become unbalanced, and predators would have just wiped out everything. So, never underestimate a prey. Oh, even deer are known in the right circumstances. They're close enough to you. When you're a hunter, well, fight or flight, right? It knows it might not get away, so it's like, frick you, you're getting stabbed with my antlers. Because that's what they see us as. But either way. Alright, chat. Well, let's wrap it up for here for tonight. For here for tonight with what we're doing. And then tomorrow, my brain's kind of melting. I'm a little slow this week. Tomorrow we'll continue this another episode because I want to try to get through this game so we can move on to other games. That's the only reason why we've been doing so much Doom is I want to kind of get through it now. I want to enjoy the story, push forward, try to get the secrets where I can. If it takes too long, we just have to push past some of them. We're strong enough now. I don't know if we necessarily care about some of them now. Like, other than getting 100% completion, and maybe there's a secret ending if there's 100% completion, other than that, there probably isn't too much reason for me to do everything on camera unless we're almost done with the game. If we're almost done with the game, then what I'll do is I'll make sure I go back in and complete every single level before it, once we reach the last one, the last level, and make sure we're set for, if I make that 100% for that, we get the, if there is some sort of special ending, we'll get it. So, unfortunately, some large sauropod remains were lost over the years. Yeah, well, depending on the age of some dinosaurs, they would be probably much harder to recover because their bones would have deteriorated and all of that and been decomposed to so far to a certain extent. They'd probably just be dust or whatever at that point, or just nutrients in the ground. Like, depending on how far removed the animal died, there's some animals we're just not going to find. We might find DNA elements of them in fossilized being rocks and stuff at some point, but we'll not really find probably them whole anymore. Some yes, some no. Depends on the age of the animal. But by our not, they should bring back the Brachiosaurus. It can survive today. There's enough truth to sustain it. I mean, I've always said if there was a real life Jurassic Park and you wanted to make it successful but not be stupid, and not be stupid like Wu and John Hammond, just make Brachiosauruses. Hell, maybe even Stegos. Stegos would probably live in today's time too. They're not that big. And much like with nature, they'd actually probably not get that big realistically. Because once again, some of the size variances would actually be smaller because of today's atmospheric changes, even with genetic alteration. So, yeah, just Brachiosauruses, some tiny stegos. I don't know about the trike. The trikes were really aggressive. People do really underestimate how aggressive trikes really were. And they were extremely territorial. So, probably not trikes. Maybe gallimimuses. Those wouldn't hurt anybody. Some of these, I don't know. Because they're flyers, that might be a problem. I was gonna say, some of the pterosaurs that aren't predator based, forget their name, what their actual names are for the ones that are herbivores, maybe. But even then, because they're flyers, they still might unbalance the ecosystem to a certain extent if they got out or had any issues in their habitat. I still think Brachy, Stego, Galleys. What was the other one? The Palosaurus? The thing with the elongated head? Platypus looking thing? Duckbill type dinosaur? That'd probably be okay. Things like that would make a good real life JP.
Triceratops are slightly bigger than the than elephants, so they'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, they'll be fine as far as they can live, but it'd be hard to keep them from being as aggressive towards caretakers, like park keepers, like people who would have to keep the enclosure they're in. They get charged quite a lot, especially if they were in a vehicle, because the vehicle's going to be seen as a threat. A small human, maybe not. If they don't encroach on their territory too much, a single human walking around, they might ignore it. But if it was in a Jeep or something, that's why I'm like, stegos and stuff, unless you're threatening their babies or going into their nests, they're pretty tame from what I've read. And then of course brackies are like famous, they're like giant cows. Brackies just do not care.
So, just put them in a large habitat and watch them goring from drive to drive.
Yeah, but you still have to maintain the animals, give them medicine. Just like any zoo or park would have to keep these animals sustained and also make sure they're healthy and for humane reasons and stuff like that. So I just think trikes would just be too much of a liability. They'd be entertaining. They'd be the safest entertaining dinosaur if you wanted a dinosaur for pure entertainment. But like I said, still pretty huge liability for a herbivore. So
And one family of medium Rexes. Let's see, one family of medium Rexes if they want more manageable Rexes.
yeah, they would be easily taken down. But I err on the side of making any carnivore. Predators just can really screw up an ecosystem if you don't know how to keep it balanced enough. So maybe, I mean, even a bunch of medium Rexes, if those things got out, a lot of people get eaten. See, the brackies don't eat. It's like the joke. What's his name says? Yeah, but when the rides at Disneyland don't break down, the pirates of the Caribbean don't eat the tourists.
So,
But either way, Spinos. Okay, well, actually, Spino might be actually really easy. Spinos are so damn slow, from what I've read, compared to 87 or 47 or whatever I forget his subject name. Yeah, Spinos are really weak. Actually, that one might be manageable. Because all it is an oversized crocodile dinosaur with a fin. And it ain't that fast. Most humans could outrun it. So, yeah, probably that one. I'll give you that. Real life Spinos would be pretty easy. Spinos, if they want the seal population to get nuked. They mostly eat fish, so they won't see as worthy. Yeah. But once we're too fast. We'd have to be in the water for them to even get us. Kind of like crocodiles. Like they're literally just oversized crocodiles. They're just not the actual Suchomimus or whatever that thing was called. But they're kind of an offshoot of it if you think about it. So yeah, they would be pretty easily managed as a large predator or medium-sized predator as entertainment for real life JP. Velociraptors would be pretty good easy too, because remember, real life velociraptors are the size of a turkey, not a 7-foot monster. So, real life velociraptors would be okay too.
Giga if they want lawsuits.
Yeah, Giga would be the actual lawsuit dinosaur. That's the dinosaur besides maybe an actual Rex that gets you sued. Because that dinosaur is, if it gets out, lots of bad things are happening before that thing gets brought down. Yeah, no.
Carnosaurs are the same way too. Because if carnosaurs got out, they could get inside hotels. They may be big, but they're big enough to get in buildings. Or they're small enough to get in buildings. Like I said, carnosaurs are nightmares. I'm just not, no. I now have a new respect for, I would not want to run into one of those. I'd rather run into, for two reasons. I'd rather run into a Rex because a Rex is going to kill me real fast. I'm probably going to know that I got bit by a Rex for about 0.5 seconds. I'm going to realize that I'm dead. Because the sheer pressure in the jaws. It's just going to pop me like a balloon. Head or otherwise, wherever it bites. The only time it would really suck is to fit my arm or leg off or something without getting my main torso. That would suck. But if the being that I'm also handicapped and basically nugget size, could just flap me up in one big bite anyway. So, whereas a carnosaur is similar kind of to a bear, because it doesn't necessarily start killing. It doesn't kill you straight up when it eats you. I'm like, no! Get rid of that thing. They literally are the Diablo of the dinosaur world. Just pure jackasses. Some drunk idiot will get into the enclosure and never be heard from again. No, that's his fault. It's different if the animal breaks out, but if you break into the enclosure like a dum-dum, this is like that guy. Wasn't there a guy who broke into like a lion enclosure or something? Or a tiger enclosure that was like that? It was drunk? Yeah, it didn't end well for him either. And those weren't dinosaurs. That's just natural stupidity. That's what we call natural selection. Oh man. At least the park keeper doesn't have to feed that dino that day. That's terrible, but I mean, if you were that dumb or that inebriated to the point, or you're that kind of guy who drinks, or lady who drinks that much and that stupid, I hate to say it and break it to you, life intended you to end up in that pit with that dinosaur. And it's a guarantee people will piss off the Giga somehow. Oh yeah, the Giga definitely would not be a fun thing to keep contained at all. At least with Rex, you might be able to keep it calm under certain circumstances and make rules for the park goers to not do certain things. And here's another thing. I actually think that JP should not be for kids either. Maybe the herbivore side, but the carnivore side, if they're gonna do one, if they ever did something like this in real life at all, should be adults only. Because it's just really like, it'd be really stupid. Not only from the company's perspective that this is a real thing, but from parents' perspective, but the company should protect itself from the stupidity that some parents have. Yeah, I wouldn't be, if I was a company of that, be allowing no kids to go on no ride that's going to be barely 100 feet from a fence containing a real life Rex. This seems dumb. Because remember what I said about predator mentality as well. Naturally, predators like easier meals. Well, that's a temptation beyond temptation. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get off here before I ramble all night about dinos. I love me. As y'all can tell, I love dinos. By our no compies, those will be impossible to track and spread the fastest, and will be chicken by Tuesday. Adults and no alcohol or drugs. And all dinos get tranked before storms. 100%. Still not sure why that's not a protocol. Or maybe there should be a protocol that all dinos are moved to a deeper, more
I guess here's the thing. If I was running this park, if I was John Hammond, I would have a building in every enclosure for the dinosaur to be put in when a storm is coming in. Now, it's not humane necessarily, but they only have to stay there maybe a night or a couple of nights, however long the storm is passing over. Once the storm has passed over and the walls are checked to make sure there's no faults, no holes in the fence, let it back out into its home. It seems very dumb that it was just there's a storm coming. Oh well. Hope everything goes okay. Now, once again, Nedry was also a big part of the issue. What happened in Jurassic Park, but still. But either way, I could go on for hours about the Jurassic Park universe, dinosaurs and stuff, real life and the fantasy ones. But alright, Farseer, and let me give a big shout out. Let me go back up in chat. Big shout out to Ruben Sanchez, who joined earlier in chat. Sorry, it's hard. Sorry if I have a hard time keeping up with chat and reading all the chat for everyone who's typing things in. Sometimes when you play games like Doom, you have to, once you get into the rhythm of it, it's hard to take yourself out of it because you can get killed real easy if you do. So, if a sauropod gets out, we're not liable to clean up after it. Bye. And no refunds if it sneezes on you. Yeah. I wonder that poor girl. What's her name? I forget her name, but she'll never be the same. Now it's just a brachie. That was just a brachiosaurus. But anyway. But alright. I hope y'all all have a good one. And peace and love to Farseer and everyone who joined in chat and joined in the stream tonight. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Doom. We will be continuing this tomorrow in our continued episode, where we will try to push towards the end. Because we're on like level 18. I think there's only 22 levels. So there's probably realistically only 2 more episodes. Maybe 3 at best. But before we get to the end, before we get done with this, at least base game, until I can get DLC. Until I can get the DLC. So, but it should be coming to an end, and then we can. And there is going to be a little bit more simulator, slow-based game, but also still shooter for certain parts. As y'all know, we're going to get stranded very soon inside our minds. But I've also got some other things we're just going to be doing on the side, since the schedule got all boned and completely messed up. We're just going to be kind of jumping between certain things from my turn-based side that I was going to do, technically this last month, going into this next month, along with Stranding, but we're just going to have to do both. We're just going to have to do both, so. And since I can't buy any of those games for either side right now until next month, we're just going to play the ones we already have, and then I'll buy Expedition 33, because I might as well say it, and The Stranding 2 next month at the same time. And just that way we can focus on both of those. And then that'll prep us for August. So, we should be caught up by then. I sadly don't know if I'll be able to do my one-winged angel plan now, because this mess up with the van. The van really messed that up a bit, because I had to put out so much more money than I was expecting. So that might not happen until August or after. We might time that to be just line up with my other nostalgia, which Big Boss himself might just do both of those at the same time, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you see that giant mountain of dirt? You see swarming with flies over your car? It's not our fault. Go to a car wash. Yep, 100%. That would be hilarious. God, some of the weird problems that could happen in a proper, peaceful JP, even under accidents.
Oh man, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Just imagine someone being buried into a pile of... Well, that's a hell of a way to go. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed chat, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow as we continue the Slayer's legacy and find out if what I think about if what I know might be true about our Cthulian friends who've been added to this. I say added, might have been brought back to this universe, not added. But we'll talk about that more in the next episode as we go through it tomorrow, and hopefully get almost to the end. So, but all right, chat. Peace and love to everyone in chat. Peace and love and big shout out to my moderator Farseer as always. Show her some love, and also big shout out to Tam King, Mad Lad, the Mad Lad himself out there. Show his channel some love. To Wizard, to everyone who joined in chat tonight, and just everyone who gets, and also everyone who sees the video after if you didn't get to catch the live stream. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much. And I hope to see y'all tomorrow as we bring this to a close and find out what the fate of good old little Prince Azarak is. And what we're about to do to the great old one. So, but until then, thank you, chat, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, Foss here. Bye, everyone. See you next time. Bye.